I was laid off from my job. Thanks for stopping by. I have a story for you about being laid off. After 23 years at this company, I got the boot. I got to get this damn thing done so I can start making other videos for you. So, this video is my origin story. Stick around and I can tell you what happened and the aftermath. 9 months later, still looking for a job. Hello, moin moin. My name is Crystal. I have tried recording this video like 50,000 times. As I mentioned, I was at this company for 23 years. I was 52 at the time, and I was let go. I didn't know it was going to happen. I don't know how I didn't suspect it since there were layoffs happening around me, and they were very public about needing to downsize by 10%. Somehow I didn't get the brain memo to be worried about it. So let me go through this thing. It's now September. This happened in November. I am in IT. I was at that time an IT integration engineer. I've been working from home since COVID times, continued to work. I guess we don't say work from home anymore, right? The day my life changed at this company started on November 1st, 2023. I logged in for the day, as I normally did, onto my machine at home where I worked remote, started getting all my stuff together for the morning. Excuse me, I need some Starbies. I was the only person on that team that's in the US. The rest of the team is all in Germany. I'm 5 hours behind them. So whenever I log in, I check the team chat just to see what's going in. So by the time I come in, there is a lot of messages when people log in. Moin moin, taking tea, just catching up. This thing's going on, that thing's going on. Lunchtime, going for lunch is about the time that I log in and I'm just doing breakfast. Checked if I had any other chats that were going there, start looking at the email, your normal start the day stuff. A little while after I was in the office, at my desk, I got a calendar invite. I checked and it was with my product group lead and it was for that day, like within an hour or something, which was really weird. He schedules these team meetings at least a month or so in advance. So to get something within the hour, I thought something big was going on. So I pinged a couple of people within my section of the team and asked what's going on, spill the tea. No one had an invite. So I popped back and check, and I was the only person from the team on this invite. It was myself, the product group lead, and some other person. I messaged some of the team guys again to tell them what I had found out and just joking that this is it. I'm out of here. It's been real, y'all. I mean, I'm joking about it because I'm kind of like the dual minds here. I'm thinking, holy crap, this could be happening, but making light of it, like, come on, it can't be. Everyone is denouncing that whole situation. There's no way you're being laid off. There's a logical explanation. Don't worry about it. Go to your meeting. Tell us what happens afterwards. You'll be fine. So I spend the rest of the time thinking about what this meeting could be about, freaking out, thinking I'm being laid off. What did I do? I didn't do anything. What's going on? And thinking maybe he just wants to talk to me directly about going back into the office, hybrid schedule. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm being promoted. Maybe he wants me on that project that they're doing, which would be cool, even though they had said they didn't want anybody other than Hamburg or people that were more local for them. But I'm just cycling through like all of this while still, trying to get some work done, which is impossible with this in my brain. Like, what the hell? So the time comes around. I log in for the Zoom call, and it's my product group lead and this person. I didn't know who they were at the time. And spoiler alert, it was HR. I know I said hi to the HR person. I don't think she heard me because she didn't say anything. She wasn't rude. She was nice. But I remember her not saying hi and then just being like super nervous. Who is she? What is she doing here? My group lead looks really nervous about stuff. So he's not smiling like, woo, you're getting promoted. So I'm just like, keep it together, lady. When he does start talking, he's just saying it's nothing that I had done, but they had to make cuts that I was being let go from the company, and he had made the decision. He made a point to say that my product lead didn't know that I was being let go. It was my group lead's decision. He looked miserable, and I'm just sitting there like a dummy. I couldn't really talk. It was just kind of, not kind of, it was shock. At some point, HR comes in and says my last day would actually be December 31st. She wanted to talk after the meeting to start going through documentation, all of that. And I was just really trying not to talk because it felt like if I was going to talk, that I would start crying. I did try to tell her, can we meet some other time? I don't think I said I don't want to. I might have. If I had been thinking about it more clearly, I would have said, I have other meetings after this or something. I did try saying it a couple times, and I was really fighting not to cry. I remember my product group lead told her she'll get back to you. He heard me trying to say something and I'm sure he was seeing how I was feeling, and he looked like I didn't want to be on this call to begin with. I want to get the hell off of here. Let's go, people. So let her know that, and that was it. That was the call. So then I get off the call and, thinking like I need to. I said I've made a million videos like this already, and I'm still. So I get off the call, and if you remember, before I started this, I had messaged team members to joke about me being laid off. So they're messaging me to find out what happened. So I had to suck it in, girl. And I was trying to just type to them and say, unfortunately, I was right and I was laid off. But when people read that, they want to get on the, why do they want to get on the video? I don't know. But they wanted to get on the video and discuss everything happening. So one by one, I'm getting on the, like, it happened, video, bing, let's talk. And then what happened? What'd they say? Blah, blah, blah. Spill. So everybody was very compassionate, understanding. You shouldn't be let go. Just very sweet. And then just telling him, well, he has to not pick on somebody, I shouldn't say that. He had to pick somebody, and I am the only one that's in the US. I'm not overjoyed about this happening, but I can see why. Damn it. I do a great job. I kick butt, but you gotta let people go, and there's only certain people in the hat that you can pull from. So unfortunately, I was the one that came up. So yeah, that day I was suddenly trying to talk, crying a little bit. I think I cried at least on one or two of the videos, maybe all of them. It's hard to see people crying. Unless, well, all right, let's not get into that. So I think at some point I told some family members, my daughter lives with me, so she, at one point, I think she heard me bawling probably and came in, so I'm trying to suck it up for her too, so she doesn't think she has to be worried, because I don't want to scare her. She's an adult, by the way. She's not like a little 5-year-old, but still. Eventually I got time to just decompress, cry. I walked away for a little bit and just, you don't deal with it for the one day, but just try to get the big load of tears off from that initial thing, and start thinking about what the hell am I going to do. And they weren't laying me off that day, so that was a plus. So yeah, that day I was just freaked. I didn't want to tell anybody else from work. I dealt with the day. The next day, I had an email from my boss when I came in. He wanted to talk to me, but he would wait for me to. I'm laughing because he said, I heard what happened. I want to talk to you when you're ready. And then the next day, he was like, he scheduled a call because I needed to be ready then. So I talked with my product lead for a while on that day. I recapped what happened. He said he was sorry. We walked through that he thought I was a great worker. It sucks. Explaining about the 10% reduction and that this is unfortunately the fallout from that. And then in true product lead fashion, his product lead fashion is you need to get your resume together. You need to do this, do that, get organized, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I know, I know. I had a project that I was almost done with, but I wanted to get it finished. Yes, anybody else could have done it, but I was almost finished with it. Let me go out with a bang. I didn't want to just sit and do classes all the time. I know I'm getting laid off, but I'm still getting paid to do a job, so I need to do it. So I'm like, I can't just take classes all the time and not work. And he's like, well, what are they going to do? Fire you? They already did that. Um, yeah. So it was good to talk to him. I mean, this guy. So he was saying, when you figure out which companies you're going to apply for, tell me who you're applying for. I'll write a personal reference for you and tell them all your qualifications. Let me know. He actually went on LinkedIn and gave me a reference, which was really cool because I am a fantastic worker, like I said. I'm the bomb. I didn't tell other coworkers, like my US people who I knew at 23 years, and all of it had been in the one location in Connecticut. So I knew a lot of people. It's a huge company, but that location had maybe a little over 100 people at one point. I don't even think there's that many there now. So you get really up close and personal with everybody. And I just didn't want to talk to anybody about it. I don't know if you can relate. I knew it was real. I knew it was laid off. Obviously, it was happening, but I didn't. Says you don't want to face it. It becomes too real. I don't know. I didn't really want to talk to people about it. This is a little bit of shame. I got laid off. So it was a couple weeks before I told other people. I had not been keeping my resume up to date, which is a big no-no. My LinkedIn was, I don't think you could say it was active. I read it every once in a while and I'd half-ass look at job postings, but I wasn't doing anything with it. I wasn't actively looking for anything. So I updated my LinkedIn, updated my resume, made Udemy my bitch, taking classes like crazy. I just signed up for like everything. I was gonna get my project management certificate because I saw a lot of jobs that had that. So those 2 months were just kind of crazy. I really thought, throw my resume out there. I've got 26 years of IT experience from development to product owner. I was a scrum master, team lead, product lead. I've been all in those little circles throughout this duration. I thought my resume was really the bomb and that before I left, I would have another job and things would be easy peasy. But that is not what happened. So to wake up January 1st and I'm jobless, like literally with no job. I had been stressing during the November, December, but I still had the job at that point. I was laid off, but in limbo. It's numbing. It is like you're free falling. That's how I felt. I don't know how else to describe it. It was very scary. It was strange. I realized the Monday through Friday, I really had no sense of self. Everything was my career. And then when that's gone, the free falling, I'm just not sure what am I doing? Who am I if I'm not working? And to begin with, I'll sleep a little bit later. I deserve it. I'm gonna do classes, but I'll just loosey-goosey. I really learned that, at least for me, I need to keep a schedule, keep things some semblance of order while looking for jobs and seeing the different qualifications that people need and all these certifications and sticking with classes. So refining my love of learning. I've taken little training classes here and there over the years, but like not that much. So I had been taking the PMP, which I put to the side. I was a Scrum Master, but I never actually got the certification, so I did that. And just doing some other stuff. But while I was there, since I got the Udemy license, I love fashion design. I'm not dressed fashionably right now, but I love fashion. And that was my original love. Well, actually, my original love, I wanted to be a lawyer. But I really love fashion and I really wanted to be a fashion designer. And I never did anything with it. I'll draw things, not well, every once in a while, but I never do anything with it. So I picked that back up again, taking a drawing class so I can actually draw something out and understand it when I look at it later. Instead of now where I'm like, what is that supposed to be? Is that squiggly line supposed to be there? Is that, what the hell is that? Another action item is when I do have another job, not falling into this again. I want to do the best I can for the company, but not at the cost of me anymore. Because it's just ridiculous. They're not molding their company to be everything for Crystal. So, and they shouldn't. And I shouldn't, you shouldn't either. You should do the best job you can do, but within limits. Don't sell your proverbial soul for it. It doesn't make sense. And your job doesn't want you to. If they do, you should probably get a new job. I still don't have a job. I've been looking since November, throwing my resume in there, getting rewrites with ChatGPT, because every job that you submit, you're supposed to tailor it to the job description and then a cover letter. I'd had one interview in this whole time. It's very demoralizing. I don't think I'm the best person in the world. Obviously, there's plenty of other people that can do the job as good or better than I have because they've gotten hired. To not even get like a bite. The job market sucks. When I was the lead, actually even before I was lead, I think that's how part of why I became there, because I was always telling people what to do. So I miss mentoring people. I miss learning something and being able to share it, or listening to my team members and being able to say, I learned that. This is what I did, and trying to help bouncing ideas off of people. I didn't know about this like back in January or February or blah, blah, blah. When I started thinking about this, I was looking on YouTube, and I don't even know how I saw the video, but I came across other videos of people talking about being laid off and then launching into whatever. And I was like, not necessarily doing a layoff video. I didn't think of that, but I wanted to do something like from what I learned, because in January, I didn't really know. I mean, even before that, can I get unemployment? Is it allowed where I am? What the hell am I going to do to get a job? What do I do in between? And then updating LinkedIn, resumes, da da da, all that stuff. And then even before that, I didn't save any money. Duh, that was stupid. I don't have any savings. So I've learned along the way. So I'm just thinking like I want to share that, and just thought I could do some videos. I didn't really see anything that outlined these specific things. I might have missed them. I don't know, but I'm going to throw them out there, take them for what they're worth. I hope they're helpful, or at least engaging in whatever your situation is, that you get a few minutes or like a lot more minutes with these videos that I take. I'm just going on and on. Sorry about that. But hopefully you find them engaging enough that, you listen to them and they put a bright spot in your day. Yeah. So that's it. That's everything going on with me. So I will do those videos. I want to go through what I know about Agile. I've got a lot of don't do that stories and a lot of things that work. So I want to put some of those out there for you, and even help with your certification training and which ones to take. Some of the other things that I've done during the years, and then I don't know, we'll see. If you want to hear them, then check back whenever. And oh, sugar, my light went off. Did it die? What's the deal? Uh-oh. Come back, come back. Oh well, I'm in the dark. I hope you've had fun listening to this, and I look forward to seeing your comments, what you've gone through, where everybody is from. I'm so nosy about where people live. I'm from Northampton, which I just read is like the hippiest or hippest town in Massachusetts. Whatever, I'll take it. Yeah, so comment and tell me what you think, and if there's anything I can do better, retro it for me, what you liked, what you didn't like, and some action items for me. Thank you very much. Moin moin.